Mondays with Colleen.
Hey, energy party people. I'm just gonna keep this in a
You
loop.
are magic,
My theme
magic.
song, and I can do what I want.
We are magic. Magic Mondays with
Let's
Colleen.
pledge the space and listen to the beautiful work of Artica,
You are magic, magic.
beautiful friends Art and
We are
Erica.
magic. Magic Mondays with
Wait,
Colleen.
again.
You are magic, magic. We are magic.
Oh my gosh, I've mentioned it
Magic
500
Mondays with
times. That
Colleen.
violin, it's all beautiful. And Erica's voice, and oh my god.
You are magic, magic.
All right,
We are magic.
slow.
Magic Mondays with Colleen.
Hey, energy party people. Welcome to another rousing edition. Okay, I don't know why I winked like that. I didn't say arousing. Well, if it's arousing to you, hey, you do you. Okay, but welcome to another rousing and arousing episode. It's gonna get real sexy today. Yeah, of Magic Mondays with me, who has two thumbs and has a theme song. This guy. Okay, so we have a few viewers so far. So that's right. Here we go. Actually, first today, it looks like it is the lovely Dr. Shannon. Looking. Oh, here we go. This one's for you, Shannon. Shannon is here. Hey, Dr. Shannon. All right. Thanks for being here, Shannon. And the lovely Yvonne. Yvonne is in the house. Check her out. Seriously, check her out. She's amazing. And she has a lovely blog called Tales from the Crone's Nest. Yeah, and she's one of the most beautiful writers I've had the pleasure of reading or knowing. And someday, both of our books are going to be out there. Yeah. Oh, what's that? Blanca. Okay, Blanca. Wait for it. Wait for it. Keep waiting for it. Okay, now you can stop waiting for it. Here it is. Blanca. Oh, Blanca. Thank you for showing up today. Yay! Okay, so welcome to another, once again, rousing or arousing Magic Mondays. I'm Colleen McCann, energy healer extraordinaire. What's that? Hey, I'm just saying what the people are saying. Well, at least the people in my head. Okay, yeah. So it's been a week. Oh, happy spring. I hope you've received my email, gulp, the first one sent to my email list that I've been collecting, haphazardly collecting. I'll be really good now for any new emails that come across my desk. But yeah, I sent out my first email, which I know sounds like nothing. But this has been, I wouldn't say a monkey on my back, because if I had a monkey on my back, I'd be going, yeah. But this has been a, let's just say, an angry, unhealthy, burdensome monkey on my back for, let's just say about 1 million years. Um, yeah, or at least over a decade. It's safe to say at least a decade. And finally getting my shit together around it and putting out, it's going to be a weekly email. And I hope it's going to be of value to anybody who might need it or just need a reminder that, hey, energy works here. Because I know we forget. I forget. I've got so many tools and I forget my own tools sometimes. So I hope that this will be of help, whether you ever get another session from me ever or not. I want to be of service always. So, oh, and Blanca says she loves the email. I like the way you think, Blanca. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, and I always have to remind myself, right, when I think of it, I remind myself that I've been in hiding with regarding my magic for almost as long as I've been doing this or been aware that I had some gifts. I just thought I was kind of a nervous person, and I would drink it away as much as possible. Hey, and if you're drinking your anxiousness away, fuck man, no judgment. I totally get it. But it's lovely to have more tools to be able to deal with it, with the sensitivity stuff. Yeah. So I am making some progress on my book and working on getting past being so vulnerable. Yeah, this last week has been. I feel good today. Yay, spring. It doesn't look springy, but it's getting there. Um, yeah, but man, this week has been a bitch, off and on. Um, yeah, it hasn't all been dark, but there's been some serious darkness, and I'm always, I always, no matter how dark it gets for me, I still always have in the back of my head, wait for it, wait for it. What I've been calling my credo. I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it, but here we go. The universe is in a conspiracy for our happiness. The universe always has our backs. Therefore, if it's happening to us, it's happening for us. So, when the shit hits the fan, what is the universe bringing to our attention for our highest growth, healing, and happiness? And every time I say this out loud, I think of it. I think of, I think of the graph or the canvas I created. That's right as you walk in our front door, and how Coop I think it was last year or maybe a couple years ago. How long has it been, Coop? I don't know. We'll ask him when he gets here. But how he contacted me and he said like, yeah, I like blew up that picture because I was sharing the picture of it, the photograph of it on my Magic Mondays, and he pointed out that I misspelled something. Oh my god, I've always said I'd be such a great editor. I'm the worst editor, especially of my own stuff. Oh, I'll find problems in anybody else's shit, but mine, I guess that's how life works. But he pointed out that it said highest growth instead of highest, which I just try to remember as just a reminder to be light about the mistakes. It's all part of being human and growing and learning. And yeah. Anyway, blah blah blah. Good stuff, Colleen. Um, let's just do this because a little singing never hurt anything, and it's an important reminder of what the new emergency services number is. So here we go. Sing along if you can. Good luck. 011899988199725. Okay. It's fun because I can see Coop. You can't see him yet, but I can see him, and I saw him singing along. So yay. And what else do I wanna say here? I thought I was good on all this, but life happens, and I go through different phases. Can you relate? Um, and this was a big one for me for a long time. I believe her name is Marissa Peer, and I think she did a TED Talk about this, and I am enough. And she talked about writing it everywhere to constantly remind us that we are enough, no matter if I hadn't faced my email dilemma or whatever any of us are facing or not facing, or all the reasons, all the millions of reasons we can come up with for how we're not doing it right or not good enough or whatever. But just the fact that we're on the planet already, it's only like 9 minutes in, and I can't believe we're already 9 minutes in. Man. Um, but no matter what, just because we're here and we've come this far, we're still alive, we're still kicking, we're still taking each step each day to keep going. We are enough. And we're all playing our part. And that includes who we might consider the lowliest person on the planet or the most horrible person on the planet. We're all enough. So, just a reminder. And just to keep the tears going, because it just feels so great. It doesn't. Um, yeah, I've been feeling like all I've been is vulnerable lately. Um, and it's been a lot. But ultimately, I think that's where the magic is, but it's just kinda hard to remember when I'm, in the thick of my own shit spiral. Anywho, but what was I was gonna say something about that. Oh, yeah. I kind of felt like this week, it was almost kind of a relief. I was in a really low place and I didn't know what to do with myself, so I decided to do something that takes no brain power for me, and I find it relaxing. And I know it sounds super gross if you don't do it, but enemas. And sometimes I usually just do them once a week, which might sound like a lot. But last week I think I did it 3 times. And I think yeah, it was sometime last week that I was just lying there holding some coffee, listening to a podcast that makes me happy. And um, I realized, like, fuck, man. Oof. Cue more tears. Like, I'm feeling better now, but I kind of felt like I'd fallen out of love with myself. Um, and not to sound like an asshole, but when 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 I'm not sucked down into this old energy of feeling low and the human part of it, I kind of think I'm pretty great. Um, yeah. And I think most of us are pretty fucking great, and we just don't see our strengths sometimes. So, on that tearful note, it's 11:11, at least on the West Coast. So if you'd like to make a wish, let's take advantage of this auspicious time. Here we go. And remember, vulnerability is the new sexy. Pass it on. Here we go. I'm going to be quiet for a second. Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So if you've had a rough week as well, hang in there. And as I've mentioned before, I'll mention it again. Something I heard in an Ella Fitzgerald documentary. How did she get through being homeless on the street and this and that throughout her difficult life? She said, I kept on. And I know that sounds super simple, but sometimes you just got to do that. And yeah. Um, yeah, I when I go really, really low, I think about, no, I'm not suicidal, just to make it real clear. But I do think about like, oh, dying someday, okay. Like just kind of disappearing. I just want to disappear. And then later I'll see a glimmer of light and I'll just remind myself, thank God that we don't manifest everything we want and don't want immediately. Thank God we have that gap of time. And if you're feeling low, just remember to keep on, keep taking that next step and just exist if you have to. If that's the best you can do, just keep on breathing, keep on eating, do whatever you need to do to get to that next step. Um, because sometimes it can be a real bitch and a real test. And but just know that light will flicker in somehow, or you'll see that funny thing that you just, even though you haven't laughed all day, something just hits you right. Or at least that's how it happens for me. And then I can have that sweet relief of laughing, which feels odd at first. But then when I just go for it and lean into it, it's like, oh yeah, that's how it can feel. Okay, this whole life thing. Whoo. Yeah. So, and if you receive my email today, yay! I glimpsed real quick at the my inbox for that and to see if anybody replied. And I've got a whole bunch of people who have replied, and I really appreciate that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Not that you have to reply, but if you ever get the email and you just want to say hi, um, or tell me how you're doing or whatever. I'd love to connect more with you. As I come more and more out of hiding, yeah, I want more connection there. So, and I hope you do too. Okay, today's episode is brought to a beloved old sponsor, Tango in Cash. So if you need some dance lessons and you got to cash that check that you just got from whoever pays you money, come on over to Tango and Cash and mention Magic Mondays for 15% off your first dance lesson. That's right, Tango and Cash. Okay. Oh, I had another realization which sounds really fucking stupid, but here we go. Um, yeah, you know how some people say they do their best thinking on the toilet? I think I do some of my best thinking when I've got a tube up my butt and holding coffee. Well, actually, the tube is out by that point, and I'm just holding it and cleaning out my liver because that's what the coffee part is about. Uh, yeah. Uh, we all poop. Just remember that. I know this is TMI, but I had a realization today, or a real realization today, just a while ago, and it was regarding my book. And whenever I start reading my drink, whenever I get so disconnected from my book that I worked so fucking hard on. It's been, well, I've shared with you how difficult it's been. Um, and when I do, I get so disconnected, and like think of it as a piece of shit, and who would care? And um, yeah. And then once I get over that and I start reading it again, I get so sucked in, and then it's like, "Oh, fuck, I wrote this? Okay." Um, and it's really beautiful. Um, and I think part of my realization was, okay, when I have these really hard times, I'm thinking, "What the fuck do I have to say to anybody? Because I haven't got it all figured out." Here's the stupid ridiculous realization, I can't believe I'm saying it out loud, but here we go. Is that nobody has it all figured out. Spoiler, nobody. But there's bits and pieces here and there that you glean from people throughout history, that can be helpful. And that's all my book is about, is helping to for other people to see more of their own magic and see the beauty in their upsets. Because I always know, despite what I'm going through and however long it lasts, I've trained myself to remember that the universe has my back, and that if it's happening to me, it's happening for me, and that there's something back there. There's some nugget of magic in all of it, um, when I'm ready to look at it. And sometimes I can be ready real quick and get through it. And I share tons of stories in my book about how I do that. Drink. And other things are just bigger life themes that take longer, but I always get through it. And I'm usually stronger after getting through the biggies, and sometimes even like up leveled in my work. Um, yeah. So hang in there. If you're having a hard time now, man, do I feel for you. And yeah, whenever, if, being a human, you're going to have hard times, but just remember, keep on going. You're not alone. It's part of this human thing. And, and buy my book when it comes out. Drink, drink, drink. Okay. So that being said, how about we bring Coop on? Seriously, that has to be a sponsor at some point. Coupons, okay, or maybe that's what Coop gives out at Christmas. Here's your coupons for 3 hugs from Coop. Okay, well, that being said, ooh, ooh, we're catching up with Coop. We're catching up with Coop. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, Coop. Ooh, ooh, we're catching up.
that's
Wow.
okay. I can hear twice.
Man, okay. So, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I got back from the gym. I'm still a little moist. I don't know if you can see my hair is wet, my shirt's wet, but no, I'm doing good. So yeah,
Yeah.
finally it's not raining. It's been really it's been this pretty wet weekend, and
Yep. Here too.
usually I like the wind and rain and stuff like that, but it really kind of it was dark, and I didn't do
Enough
anything. I didn't get
already
this
for
year
a
at all.
bit?
Pardon me?
Enough already with the rain. I mean, I'm
I know.
happy to have
Well,
rain, especially in California, but man, like,
I think we've had, we've had our fair share this year. That's the thing is like, who knows? I mean, who knows? It's not gonna be like this next year, almost for sure. So anyway, so I guess I'll also take it. But yeah, I want to comment on your first verklempt there. Those weren't sad tears. You don't need that's like the physical sign that you're speaking or feeling your truth. That's the, I mean, that intense emotional reaction. I get it every now and then. I know that's when I know that I'm, in contact with something real. And so you
Thank you
shouldn't
for
feel
the
bad.
reminder. Yeah.
Yeah, don't feel bad about those. And what else was I going to say? Something about what you were saying. Oh, even if no one buys your, say no, you don't sell one copy of your book. I'm just thinking about like Van Gogh or Van Gogh or however you want to say it. Van Gogh. He died. No one knew who he was. He painted all those paintings without any kind of audience, or it was all really just for him. And he came out, and I think now he's regarded as one of the greatest painters of all time, obviously. So, you can't. I mean, you can't judge your contribution by its response at the time. And maybe you're ahead of your time. It just really but having said all that, I'm totally with you because that's why I haven't put myself out for all my business ideas and stuff. I haven't pressed any flash. I haven't publicized anything. I haven't I was like, what if no one wants me, or what if I'm not good at it? I mean, yeah, I get all the self-doubt and stuff like that. So that doesn't really, I have no conclusion for you or any advice or anything, but
Well, what I take from that is you just got to keep creating your art, whatever that is. Whatever you create, if that's what you feel compelled to do. Like this has been in my brain since long before I met Dave. My magic started coming to the forefront as soon as I was with Dave. But I've been thinking about writing a book for women, or just writing a book that's with an emphasis on women, for over 20 years. And this is a baby that has been gestating. I can't think of the right word right now, for a long time. Yeah, and it would be lovely to make money from it, but I really want it out there. And what makes me really happy, as I've mentioned, is the thought of, wow, once I have a physical book, I can donate books to women's prisons. And that would be worth the price of admission, that alone, if it could help anybody. Well, my book is dedicated to all women who are in any kind of imprisonment, be it spiritual, emotional, physical, mental. Yeah. But I would like to have it recognized while I'm still on the planet,
sure,
Van Gogh. But yeah.
and like I'm big in the history of science and how many scientists were like, here's this great idea. Here's my new theory, and like, yeah, it was like way after they were dead that it was like, oh shit, that guy was right.
That makes me think of Tesla. Didn't Tesla die like, not the band from Sacramento, not Sacramento's own Tesla from the 90s?
Yeah, yeah.
But Nikola Tesla. Yeah, I think
he did not die well.
He died drunk and penniless and alone, or just like all the fucking scary.
He had his pigeon.
What's that?
He had his pigeon.
He had a pigeon?
He was in love. His wife was a pigeon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Really.
Nights must have been hot.
So.
Oh, I love you.
No, he said his relationship with the pigeon was as deep as any human relationship, and he loved her, and she loved him.
Wow. Well, I can't help it, but I just hope that there was no sex involved. Well, I don't think the pigeon would last long.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that
would. Okay, sorry.
He wasn't a very sexual guy.
I
understand he was pretty asexual. He wasn't really motivated.
They didn't try to fuck his pigeon.
No, I think so.
That's
but
good.
but yeah, I mean, there's so many examples. I could go on. I could have hour-long documentary easily. So yeah, you just got to put what you can out there, and then like planting seeds. Sometimes they don't germinate right away. You don't know when they're going to sprout, but yeah.
True story.
You're putting your seeds out there, and that's something to really be proud of. Because a lot of people I don't think I really sowed my seeds. So yeah.
Sowing seeds brings me to being a 13-year-old boy.
Well, yeah, no, those, yeah. I mean, I've gotten some of those manly milestones out of the way, but I'm talking about more, what kind of legacy am I going to leave, and is the world better for my having been here, and all that kind of stuff. So, ego stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, how about we get to some energy work while we're here, and maybe this will be a quickie because it's not even quite 11:30. But I thought I had nothing. As I was kissing Dave goodbye this morning as he was off to work, I told him I have nothing to talk about today, and he just kind of laughed. Yeah, it's like he knows me. Yeah. Anywho,
I mean, still, with nothing to talk about. We still went 25 minutes without anything to talk about.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, wow, really? Okay, so let's go ahead and do some energy work. Okay, so, oh, forgot already. Oh, I think part of my weirdness, my lowness has been, well, it's all kinds of things. It's feeling like I'm being too vulnerable. But I think that's what the magic is. So I'm working through that. But also, I sent a friend, like over a week ago, I sent her the energy
Yes.
work chapters and haven't heard back. But she's somebody that I text. Whenever I text her, I would imagine when a lot of people text her, and we're close, and we talk like every so many months, and it's great. But she's not, I think she just puts her phone away or something and just tends to life herself, being also a sensitive person with a child. But she just doesn't respond like for forever. So I can't read too much into it that she hasn't responded to my stuff. Because I've been most concerned about the energy work part, the trying to teach it, because people have been asking me to teach it forever.
Yeah.
And so it's been like, ugh, how do I teach this? But I sent it out to a client of mine who I just love. And hey, Janie, if you ever watch, I don't think she ever watches this. Anyway, and I sent her the energy work parts, and I told her, please be honest. Like, I don't need anybody blowing smoke up my ass. Like, I feel like I've been so heavily praised in my life, that I early on, okay, by my mom, who I love and I'm reconnecting with, and she did her best. I'm doing my best, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like I learned to not trust people's opinions of me. Like, people say such fucking nice things to me all the time. I mean, not constant. I mean, there are certain people that I'm sure fucking hate me. Um, there's like 5, I'm sure. That's it. But people so heavily praise me that I don't trust it a lot. So I begged her, please let me know, because I want this to be helpful for people. Like, if you see any problems or you get stuck. And so far she's like, it's beautiful. I love it. I can't wait to get back to it. Um, so here's hoping, because I don't want to put something, man, I want to put something out that is of use and value, and not just so I can say I wrote a fucking book, which is an accomplishment because it's, as I mentioned, have I mentioned how fucking hard it's been? And writing is not completely natural for me. Um, yeah. Anyway, so that was nice that she's somebody who responds quickly, so I appreciate that. So maybe I shouldn't be expecting something from somebody who historically that's not how she operates. Like, she takes a long time to like process things, and yeah. Anywho, fuck. Okay. Well, apparently I needed to say that. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you had a chance.
Anyway, but whenever I read those chapters, when I can stand it, I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. And the things that I take for granted, that it's like, oh, a dead person, releasing a dead person, whatever. It's like, that's big shit. If you learn how to do that from my book alone, wow. Seriously, like, what's my fucking problem? The jury's out on that one. Okay, so hey, that being said,
You're so hard on yourself.
oh my god, being human is hard. Okay. All right, so let's do a grounding. So pick a chakra, any chakra. I'm gonna go from my heart, and which is green, I believe, in chakra land. So let's go from our heart chakras. Close your eyes if you're not driving, if you want to play, or if you're not trying to if you're trying to look busy at work, don't close your eyes. You can still do it. Okay, so let's expand that green energy of our beautiful, beautiful, powerful heart centers. We're sending that energy out, 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 out into the universe. And we're sending some of it down into beautiful Gaia, Mother Earth, and bringing up some of her beautiful, grounding, nurturing energy. And we're going to open up our crown chakras and open up to the beautiful cosmic energy that's all around us. We're inviting it in. And that cosmic energy is meeting up with Gaia energy and creating a nice anchoring or grounding for us. And we can be an interface between heaven and earth. Okay. And as I say in my book, drink, when I mentioned this grounding, this particular grounding for people, and doing so before you start energy work is a nice way to signal that you're getting ready to do energy work. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So, are there any dead people that need an exit strategy with hopefully no questions asked? This is your time. So, putting out the call. Oh, yeah. This is a great reminder, Shannon. Dr. Shannon, don't speak to yourself in a way you wouldn't speak to others. Be kinder to yourself. Oh, yeah. The things I say to myself, and I know I'm not alone. I would never say to anybody else. Probably even Trump. Just saying. Yeah. So that being said, and let's send some love to that person who's the hardest person to love, because Hitler's dead. So yeah. But sending out, but because we're all doing our thing, and yeah, we're all important, and he's been a beautiful trigger for those of us who see magic in our triggers. Yeah, he's helped me clean up a lot of stuff just by him being alive and doing his thing. Okay, so that being said, so putting out the what's this? Putting out the this is it. Putting out the call for dead people. If you're ready, you just need an exit strategy. So, all right. So, are there any dead people for anybody watching now or in the future? Yep. Okay. And just if you are watching this in the future, just know that the magic is here for you if you're not watching live. It's all good. Okay, so there are some dead people that are ready to move on to the light. Okay, would Jesus be the best escort? Jesus, are you ready? Okay, give us a moment. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So, all right. So, have we successfully released the dead people? Yay. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Is there something energetic we can do for the group today, watching now or in the future? Yep. This is on my master menu. It is. This is in column A. No. Okay. This is in column B. No. All right. Is this an incarnation issue? Wow. Okay. All right. So the idea behind this, if you're watching, you probably already know, but the idea behind this is like there's a part of us, for those who need this, there's a part of us that hasn't fully agreed to be all the way here on the planet. How about that? So this is whoever needs it. This is regarding our physical bodies. Yes. Okay. Is this our entire physical body? No. This is a system. A system? No. A cranial nerve? No. An organ? No. A chakra? A chakra. Okay. So this chakra, this is first chakra. Nope. Second. Second. Okay, second chakra is a little bit below your belly button. The color is orange, which is one of my favorites. And it has to do with creativity and sexuality, probably among a million other things. Okay, so we're ready and willing to fully incarnate into our second chakras? No? Okay. I'm pretty sure I've done work on this for myself in the past. Not that there couldn't be more work to be done, but just to emphasize, this is for whoever needs it, not necessarily me. Wow. Okay. All right. So there's something we can do energetically to help whoever needs it to fully incarnate into our second chakras. Yes. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1, 3, 5. Okay. Shattered energy field. Okay. So whoever needs it, safe and appropriate and from the light, and we have full permission to witness your shattered energy field back into coherence. Yes, this is safe and appropriate from the light. Yep. Are we ready? We are. So give me a moment. Here we go. Have we successfully witnessed whoever needs it, shattered energy field back into coherence? Yes. And just a reminder, since we're working on the second chakra and creativity, I think some people think that if you're not artistic or sing or can act or whatever artistic thing you might do or might not do, we're all creators. We're all constantly creating our reality. And so the more you can focus on what you want and the good things, the more you're going to create good things. Wow, that was brilliantly said. Um, I word things better in my book, I promise. Yeah. Okay. So just don't remember that everyone matters. Everyone. We're all playing our parts. And we're all creating our lives. Okay. So all right. So, is there something else to do for those of us who need help in incarnating into our second chakra? Yes. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1. Yes. In row 3, 5. No. Okay. So this leads to a negative portal. So some kind of an energetic leak, a connection to something dark and icky. Okay, so this is a dimensional spiral portal. Ooh, okay. Um, this is extensive. So let's see what subcategory we're working on here. This is in the Black Spell Portal family, special category, others, occult and wizardry. Ding, 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 ding. Occult and wizardry. So the name of this portal is in column A, no. In column B, yes. In an odd numbered row, yes. In row 1, no. Row 3, yes. Okay. I feel like this just showed up recently. Was it last week or anywhere in my life? Because these show up for me all the time. Personally or working with clients. This is called flexibility dismantling ideal. So these dimensional spiral portals are handled by my team of 4, who are Ganesh, Archangel Michael, Merlin, and who I still playfully call Homeopatrick, who used to be from the dark, but now he's from the light. So, okay. And so we need to know where, with this particular subcategory, we need to know where it's connected to. So I bet you anything it's connected to the second chakra, but let's find out. Okay, so first of all, team, are you ready to dimensionally spiral this out of whoever needs it experience? Yes. And the chakra, we're looking at a chakra, we are. Okay, we're looking at second chakra. So this is connected to the second chakra. Yep. Anything else we need to know about this? Nope. This is safe and appropriate and from the light. Are we ready? We are. Okay, so for whoever needs it, go ahead and just relax. And we're going to allow our team of 4 to go ahead and take care of this portal so it's no longer a leak for you. Okay. So, team of 4, have you successfully dimensionally spiraled this out of our experience? Yes, thank you. Okay, so that being said, so for whoever needs this, we're ready to incarnate fully into our second chakras. No, there's something else we need to do. Yes, this is on my master menu. Yes, this is in column A. No, this is in column B. Column B, yes. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2, 4, and our winner is suffering loop. Okay, so being stuck in a suffering loop. I'm sure you can make sense of this, but in case you can't, yeah, when you get stuck on something and it just feeds on itself and feeds on itself and feeds on itself. Ugh. Anyway, for whoever needs this, are we ready? And it's safe and appropriate from the light to discombobulate the suffering loop? Yes. We're going to use a bypass circuitry? Yes. Okay, and just a reminder, these bypass circuitries are handled by Gaia, and they are pattern disruptors. I use them all the time for so many things, and oh, you're wondering if I included in my book? To quote Laugh-In from 5,000 years ago, "You bet your sweet Bippy." Hey. Remember watching that as a really little thing, and I really loved Lily Tomlin.
Yeah.
One ring dinky. Yep.
And
Yeah.
R.D. Thomas? No.
Artie.
R.D. Used
I
to
can
play like he like the Nazi hiding behind the bush kind of thing.
mm,
And
yeah,
Lily Thomas, she would hide in the mailbox, right?
I don't remember, but
And I remember, yeah, like fourth grade, we did like a skit for school, like a school thing, and then
mhm.
we like made a big board and had little doors and opened up and
Oh, fun, okay.
stuff. Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, yeah, Joanne Worley, let's not forget
Yeah,
Joanne
really,
Worley,
that's it, right? Yeah,
and Ruth Buzzy,
Ruth
um,
Buzz, yes,
who I think would she'd play an old lady and she'd hit Artie Johnson. Artie
yes,
Johnson, with her purse. Remember she had, like, a hairnet and looked
yes,
all
yes.
and I'll never forget being at like, in my early 20s, heavy partying, at the, Hogshead. Remember Hogshead in Old
Yes,
Sac?
totally.
Anyway, we'd go there all the time, and, like, we'd get in for free and drink for free. The gift of being young and knowing the bartender and the bouncer. Yeah, and met this some guy, and he was into me. Like, I wasn't into him, but he was into me for reals, and he said, "You remind me of Ruth Buzzy."
That's a good thing. Compliment.
And I don't wanna diss Ruth Buzzy, but when you're and yeah, it didn't hit me well. Not to be confused with the guy who, told me that I reminded him I think it was at, where was that place he used to work? That you let people Sadie in for free or,
The grad,
your
AJ Bumps Hotel El Rancho.
yeah, the grad, and I remember meeting a guy there, and he said I reminded him of Catherine O'Hara. I'll take that one.
There
I'll
we go.
take that one. Maybe it's because I was funny. I don't know. But of course, all I could think about was looks and yeah, and having had a fear when I was really little that no guy would ever ask me out and I would kill myself at 16. Of course, I wouldn't have killed myself, but it just made me feel better. Like, okay, I've got some time between like 8 years old and 16. Fuck, man, life. Easy. Um, okay. Oh yeah, let's do that bypass circuitry for the suffering loop, so we can do this incarnation issue thing. So, okay, so we're going to use a bypass circuitry to discombobulate this suffering loop. Yes, this is in column A. It is in an odd numbered row. No, in row 2, 4, 6, 6. Okay, chelation code frequency. That sounds serious. Okay. All right. So, Gaia, are you ready to facilitate the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this suffering loop for whoever needs it? Yep. This is safe and appropriate from the light. Are we ready? Yep. Okay, Gaia, do your thing. And I'm just going to hold space. Okay. Gaia, have you successfully facilitated the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this suffering loop for whoever needs it? Yep. Thank you, Gaia. And I don't know why, but during that, just holding space for her, I was reminded of, wow, we've been at this for 45 minutes. Fascinating. Anyway, but just thinking about, yeah, I'm going to talk about my book again. Drink up, people. Drink up. I know it's early, but drink up. Yeah, it just flashed through my head a chapter called "The Day I Realized I Could Release Dead People to the Light," and the woman I was working with was in a real slump, and I'm not doing it justice. But it's a really cool chapter. I'm so glad I have it in writing to remind me of the magic of it because it's been so many years now. It's like, but released my first dead person. Well, she was my second. I'm sorry. And it turns out it was her sister who she thought was murdered by her husband in the Midwest somewhere. And she had taken on her sister's energy and she wasn't feeling lust for life anymore. And it's like, just like her sister didn't feel it. And then releasing her sister, and then she started feeling better immediately. Didn't hear from her. I ran into her months and months later, and she gave me a huge bear hug. She was a kind of a large woman and very strong, and she whispered in my ear that she's going to kill herself before that. Whew.
Wow.
Like, okay. Yeah, it's like, yeah, got lots of stories like that of like just releasing dead people alone. Well, can be life-saving. Yeah, I've got a few people who've told me they didn't kill themselves after some clearings. So, yeah, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Let me get this shit out. Okay, this just in from Art and Erica. Hey, Colleen and Koop. Sorry to be so tardy.
God damn it.
Life gets in the way sometimes. Nah. Hope everyone is well. Well, I hope the same for you guys. And here's your song.
Art and Erica, Erica and Art. Thank you for joining us, doing your part. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. Okay. So we did that. So let's see if we're okay, we successfully took care of that. Okay. So, whoever needs it, it's safe and appropriate, and you're willing and ready to fully incarnate into your second chakra. Sound the royal trumpets. That was a yes. So let's see. So are we going to use a magic doorway to help facilitate this, even if only ceremonially? Yes. Okay, this magic doorway is in column A. No. Column B. Column C. Yes. Column D. No. Okay. Column C in an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1, 3. Yeah. Okay. Programming peacefulness. Yes, please. Okay. So it's safe and appropriate to fully incarnate into our second chakras. Yep. Through this magic doorway called programming peace. Yep. Okay. I'm just going to hold space for a few moments. And if this is right for you, or if you don't know if it's right for you or not, just allow. It'll happen, or if it won't, it won't if it's not necessary. Okay. So for whoever needs it, have we successfully fully incarnated into our second chakras? Yay! Okay. So that being said, is there anything else to do for the group magic-wise today? There is. Okay. We have time. Okay. So this is on my master menu. Yeah. In column A. Yep. In an odd numbered row. Nope. In row 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so that is an atrophied emotion. So one of my particular favorites. All right, this is an atrophied positive emotion. No, this is a frozen negative emotion. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, frozen negative emotion. And somehow it's different than a trapped emotion. I don't know what the distinction is, but that's what resonates. Okay, so all right, so this frozen Negative emotion is in column A. No. In column B. Yes. Column C. No. Column B in an odd numbered row. No. In an even numbered row. Yeah. Okay. In row 2. Mm-hmm. In row 4. 6. Okay. Okay. So embarrassment or shame. Oh, who has a chapter in their book about shame? Anne has 2 thumbs? What? Anne loves a good drinking game? This guy. So, yeah, shame dump. Ooh, powerful. I have 3 words to describe it. Powerful. Okay. Anyway, so embarrassment and shame. So, okay, so this frozen energy of embarrassment and shame, uh, is it ready and willing and it's safe and appropriate to thaw it out and so it can be reintegrated into our beings and no longer lurking in the background, and will be allowing freeing up that energy to be experienced when necessary, because that's a yes. For so we because we all want full, you might not think you want it, but ultimately as a human it's good to have all of your senses, all of your feelings available, because there's a lot of people uh, who don't know how they feel a lot of the time, because it's kind of like you learned probably in childhood to shut your shit down so as not to poke the angry bear. Like, don't say what you need or how you're feeling because you need to fucking stay alive. Um, in an abusive situation, or if you're living in any kind of violent environment, and you just have to toughen up and just stop feeling your shit. Well, ultimately, you want to feel your shit. You just don't want to get stuck there. Um, yeah. Okay. So this is ready to be defrosted. Yes. And we're going to use, what's that? Another bypass circuitry handled by Gaia. Yep. A pattern disruptor. Yep. Okay. So that was a yes if I didn't say it out loud. Okay. So this pattern disruptor or bypass circuitry is in column A. No. In column B. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1. Yes. In row 3. 5. No. Okay. Oh, this is the long one and it's a mouthful, but this is what resonates. Emotional autophagy, or cleaning out old emotional shit that doesn't belong there anymore. Interdimensional recalibration. Okay. And spiritual Merkaba reignition. Okie dokie. All right. So, Gaia, are you ready and willing and safe and appropriate to to facilitate the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of embarrassment and shame for whoever needs it? Yep. This is safe and appropriate from the light. Yeah. Are we ready? We are. So let's just allow Gaia a moment. Cracking myself up. Okay, first of all, Gaia, have you successfully facilitated the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of shame and embarrassment? Yes. Thanks, Gaia. And now why was I cracking myself up? Wow, it was pretty good too. Oh well, decided to stay on track instead. All right. All right. Okay. Is there any more magic to be done for the group today? Okay. There is. Okay, this is on my master menu. This is in column A in an odd numbered row. Okay, in row 1, 3, 5, 7, 7. Okay, I believe that is a vow. All right, so let's see what vows are showing up. Wow, what was I going to say? Fuck, man. It's going to bug me. I'll remember as soon as we sign off here today. Oh, I know what it is. So, first of all, I'm so grateful. Even if one person watches, I'm so grateful. This has been really good for me. That wasn't my original intention. My original intention is, and my intention always is to be of service. Um, and I know I've complained in the past of like, oh, only this many people are watching. But what cracked me up just a second ago was, okay, I finally put out my first email to my, I mean, it's not the biggest email list, but it's hundreds of people. And putting out any kind of communication for the first time in forever. And I was just realizing, like, oh, yeah, one of the emails will be like, hey, have I ever mentioned that I do this thing? This. Like,
Yeah. You should do that.
what do I fucking expect? Like, I've never promoted myself. Like, I've never, yeah. Yeah, what if I actually put myself out there and said what I did? Crazy enough to maybe work. Okay, so that being said, so thank you for watching. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, you too, Jesus. I love Jesus. I'm not religious, but I do love Jesus. For reals. Okay. All right. Oh, and just before we get to this vow, I just have to tell you, Coop, and anybody else who cares. Yes, last night Dave and I was just dialing around, and on Netflix they have Trailer Park Boys.
Oh,
And
okay,
I
yeah.
haven't watched that show forever. It might even still be on the air. I don't know. But I only watched the first several seasons, and I just had to get a dose of Conky, which is the best episode ever. Bubbles.
There's a
Weird.
couple of different Donkey episodes. He gets killed, but he comes back.
Oh, there's another Conky episode?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
maybe I
one.
know that. I think maybe I knew that. But the original Conky episode where Bubbles has that tooth and he won't go to the hospital. But they knew if they could get Conky out of that swamp, like get him back, Conky would tell him
to go
to the hospital. And we only watched a little bit of it, but man, it was good stuff.
Yeah,
And
they don't have like it's not that show anymore, but they still have like SwearNet. They put out pretty regular content like weekly. They have they have a show, and there's been several movies too. Like they go to Europe and they have different adventures and stuff in like movie form. And there was also a cartoon version.
Well, what I was reminded of last night, it was many years ago, but they did probably still do, but Dave and I and our friend, who's that? Emmy Award, not Emmy. God damn it. I don't watch this show, so I forget the name of it.
Grammy?
Grammys. Fuck. Grammy Award winning jazz pianist, composer, etc. Jeffrey Keyser. The three of us went to a Trailer Park Boys thing, and we all three of us agreed as we were sitting with this kind of rowdy crowd. It was a good show, but I felt uncomfortable with the crowd. But I remember Jeffrey leaning over to us and saying, "I don't think we belong here," which made me feel better. Yeah. Oh, and Art and Erica say, well, I think that should say Art. It says Ari. Art and I both fucking love Trailer Park Boys. Yeah. I mean, Conky. Oh, Conky. Fuck off, Washington.
Mr. Leahy, unfortunately, the actor, he has died.
Oh, no.
He was awesome. He was so good as a drunk. I'm pretty sure he was truly wasted sometimes. He was like really, really.
Oh, he played a drunk. I'd forgotten about Randy. Never
Randy with his his burgers all the time.
And them talking about the shit rats, the cats, and but Conky. Oh my gosh, and Ricky with the truck glued to his hand and his nose. And, oh my gosh.
Model kids showed up at random.
Oh yeah, but Elliot Page now, but Ellen Page was Mr. Leahy's daughter.
Yes. Yeah.
Back when he was a female. Anyway, go Elliot Page. Okay, so vow. Let's do a vow real quick before we need to get out of here. So this vow for the group, whoever needs it, is on page 1. Yep. Okay, it's a personal vow. Yes. This is in column A. No. Column B. Yes. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2, 4, 4. And the vow is, all right, this is weird, but it's showing up. I go where I'm led. So vow of celibacy. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, whatever. So this is correct. Okay, so whoever needs this, vow cleared. This is for you. It's safe and appropriate and from the light to clear this vow of celibacy. Whoever needs this, for whoever needs this, watching now or in the future. Yep. Give me a moment. Okay. All right. So, have we successfully cleared this vow of celibacy for whoever needs it? Yep. Okay. So, is that
Thank
enough magic for today? What's that?
Thank goodness. That's a good one to get cleared.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to have sex with somebody and they don't want to. Well, now they're going to want to, I promise. Just kidding. Okay. All right. So, well, thanks everyone for being here. And if you're on my email list, check it out. Yeah, I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is a big deal for me. And if you have technology fears, I have a lovely person who was willing to walk you through it. Yeah. And I hope, well, my plan is for there to be lovely content in there every week, every Monday. Apparently, I'm big on Mondays. And I just want to say, I like the idea of doing this on Mondays because Mondays have never been my favorite, especially when I worked for the county and I'd be miserable. And then fucking Orville Noel, who turns out was drunk, but would be coming in, oh, good morning. Oh, it's been a great morning. And I'm like, fuck you. And then he'd inappropriately, he was a supervisor and I was just a worker, and he would like give little back rubs.
Gross.
And he's the one that told me and another young woman that, oh yeah, he had workers that just be under his desk blowing him. What do I do with that, Orville? Anyway, but you know, aw, Jenna, I don't know if you're on my email list, Jenna, but I'll check and I'll put you on it. Sorry, I'm talking. Sounds like I'm talking to no one. But send it. Always promote yourself because you're amazing. Aw, Jenna. Well, should I out you, Jenna? Jenna is is a featured person in one of the chapters of my book, Drink. Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, so blah blah blah, whatever I was gonna say. I hope everyone has a beautiful day. And if you're having a hard time, please hang in there. If I can be of any service to you, even if it's just a chat, give me a call or send me a message. Send me a message and then we'll set up a call if you want that. Anyway, yeah, I hope you have a beautiful week and I'll see you next week. And Koop, any parting words?
Just thanks to everybody for being here. And thanks for having me.
Over an hour. Yes. And thank you very, very much for being here, Koop.
Likewise.
Thank you, everybody. I love you and see you next week.